Okay, hey guys, this is Theory here, and we're going to be working on these little topics here, and hopefully I'll be able to get through all of them. So, first on the list is easing, and what easing is like a gradual speed up or a gradual slow down. And so, as you guys should know by now, when you make a tween, some sort of tween, you have this little option in property windows, and you could just make it the easing um, like speed up in the beginning and then slow down towards the end. And that's basically easing. It's when you have a gradual increase or decrease in speed or in your location. So, for example, we'll be animating this little dot here, and what I want to do is have the little dot swoop down like that and come back up. But if we're gonna have it at a constant pace, it's gonna look really boring and bland. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna add some easing to it. So from this little point here, it's gonna be slower than the rest. And so at the climax, I guess, it'll be speeding up super fast, and as it comes back up, it'll slow down again into a stop. And so since it's just a dot, we'll just animate it right now. And so we'll just have it slowly go down. And as it's going down, you can see that the spacing between these dots are increasing, so it shows that more distance is covered. And as it swoops down, it's gonna slow down. And I'm drawing the dots closer and closer so that you get a sense of easing right there. It's kind of constant, but it's good. So as you can see, it's slowly moving and then just swoops right over. And that's what easing is. Next on the list is anticipation. And what this is a movement before the actual movement you want to show. So, for example, if you want to do a punch, you'd have a guy right here, and I'm not going to animate this, it's going to take too long. And so you have a guy in a ready position or whatever, and what you want is for anticipation, you want it to wind back up. As you can see, like his back is really stretched back there, his arm's gonna wind up, and you idiot. Okay, sorry about that, someone messaged me. Okay, anyways, so he winds back up, and from the starting position to the wind up, you're gonna have him slowly move up there. This is a pretty bad position, but when he moves back in like 1 or 2 frames is good enough because your viewer's anticipating what it's gonna do and they're anticipating a punch. So you can just have them thrust forward, and even if it goes really fast, the viewer should be able to keep up with it um, because you already let them know that this guy's gonna do a punch, so therefore he punches. And since I didn't animate that, it's not really smooth, but anticipation. Another example would be I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys seen this. It's like you have this little car here, and what the car will do is before it starts going really fast, is that it will it will go back like a horse, like, on its back wheels, and then it'll like scrunch itself up so that you see it's gonna race forward later. Sorry, my drawing's terrible right now. But then later, as you can see, since it's already back up, you can anticipate that's gonna come back down. And since the wheels are gonna be spinning really fast, it's gonna zoom forward really fast. Epic car. Yeah. And so, anyways, um, next is exaggeration. Now, a lot of people I've seen haven't really been exaggerating much. They've actually tried to keep it fairly realistic and trying to keep everything in proportion. But in animation, I find it best to exaggerate some stuff to make it more cartoony and like I don't know, maybe more traditional. So, um, so by exaggerating, like a punch, for example, instead of just having them wind back, and then just punching forward like a regular arm length, like that or something. Or actually, that's a little bit exaggerated, but instead of that, try having him really lean forward and um, just stretch out and punch the guy in the stomach or something. And of course, you're not going to keep it at this length. Sooner or later, you're going to ease him into what he really looks like, into like a regular arm's length and stuff. But at a frame or two, have like the limbs exaggerated, or just exaggerate parts of it to make it look forceful. Um, yeah, if these aren't really making sense to you, you can always contact me on Fluid Anims. Just message me or like leave a message in the comment section. I'll reply back to it. And anyways, um, okay, maybe I'll cut here. Okay, so next we're going to be working on things that you don't want in animation, and the first one is choppiness. Choppiness, and basically what that is, I think I'm not really sure about this, but choppiness is when the animation isn't smooth. And let's just draw a little crappy character, and maybe that's because of the frame rate. I mean, frame rate could do a lot, but choppiness, I find like you're missing a lot of frames in between it, and it doesn't look smooth at all. It just looks rushed and really bad, and just it doesn't look good. It's choppy. Like, what choppy is when you see it. I mean, I'm not sure if this is a good example, but basically, it doesn't look smooth. That's all you need to know. And to fix that, you could always go in between these frames, add some extra frames into it, and make it smoother. And that way it'll look more professional or whatever. But yeah, that's choppiness. And yeah, as you see here in these few frames right here, they look pretty smooth, but then right here it just kind of jumps in and it doesn't look that great. But you don't want that, so fix it up. Don't be lazy. um, you don't want choppy animation. It just looks terrible. And the next one is wobbliness, and this is it's one of those things you can't really fix in the beginning. It just takes a lot of practice. And so basically what it is if you're drawing like a stick figure in the same position a couple of times, and you want the legs to stand still, but you want the body to move back and forth. Um, as you can see, it's hard to draw the same exact um, line of where the legs were. And when you keep on doing this over and over, sooner or later the leg's gonna look really wobbly, and wobbly just looks wobbly. I mean, it's not gonna be still. It's gonna be shaking, and it's gonna look, yeah, it's gonna be shaking. And wobbliness isn't like, as you see, this head's kind of going back and forth, but that's not wobbliness. That's just the animation. What's wobbly is the legs. Like, they're supposed to be constant. They're supposed to be the same looking in every frame, but since it's hard to redraw them, it's gonna look wobbly. And so just practice, and sooner or later you'll get pretty good at redrawing your characters. If you want, you can always just instead of redrawing every frame, you could try delete this top part, and then just transform it, like free transform it, lean forward or back, sure. But yeah, wobbliness is not something you want. It actually looks terrible, if especially if like you see it in a real movie or something. But rarely that happens because they have professional animators. And yeah, I'll just stop right here.